Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, Master Obi-Wan 97. I'm Josh, and in this video I'm going to continue my series where I discuss what I like or love about the 6 original Star Wars movies. In this video I will be talking about what I love or like about Star Wars Episode 3 Revenge of the Sith. Revenge of the Sith is my favorite Star Wars movie. It's hard to believe that this movie is already 20 years old. I remember, of course, how excited I was when I first saw this movie. First off, I really enjoyed Obi-Wan Kenobi in this movie. Like I've said before on this channel, Obi-Wan is my favorite Star Wars character, and he's who I named this channel after. Like I said in my Attack of the Clones video, Obi-Wan is also calm and witty in this movie as well. He's like an ideal Jedi Knight. Also, I liked Anakin in this movie as well. At this point, Anakin is a very powerful Jedi Knight and war hero. I also enjoyed seeing how Anakin turned to the dark side and became Darth Vader. Also, I liked Chancellor and later Emperor Palpatine and or Darth Sidious as a villain in this movie. All of Sidious's machinations and plans come to fruition. I also like seeing the different planets that are in this movie. I think this movie might have the most planets shown on screen. I, of course, enjoyed seeing Coruscant again. I also like that we finally in this movie get to see Kashyyyk, the home world of the Wookiees. We also see Utapau, where General Grievous goes to hide out on, which is a Cinco world. And then later in the movie we get Mustafar, which is a volcanic planet. I really love the opening of this movie. I think it's the best opening of all the Star Wars movies, and it's my favorite opening of a Star Wars movie. I like how after the opening crawl, the camera pans down and we see the glare from Coruscant sun. It continues to pan down and we see a Republic cruiser in orbit over Coruscant. And then, of course, Anakin and Obi-Wan starfighters then fly over the Republic cruiser, and then they fly under it, and we see a massive space bow over Coruscant. They, of course, then fly into the battle. Anyway, I just love that opening. I also enjoyed the space battle sequence. I also like a lot of the moments between Obi-Wan and Anakin during the beginning of this movie. It shows their friendship before Anakin's fall to the dark side later in the movie. I like the comedic moments with R2 and the bow droids. I also like the duel between Obi-Wan, Anakin, and Count Dooku. I like seeing Anakin defeat Count Dooku. Of course, Palpatine tells Anakin to kill Dooku, and Anakin says, "I shouldn't," and then Palpatine says, "Do it." And Anakin kills him. I enjoyed the rest of the sequence on Grievous' ship. I like the scene after Anakin, Obi-Wan, and Palpatine get captured by the droids and are brought before General Grievous. I like it when General Grievous tells Anakin that he was expecting someone with his reputation to be a little older, and then Anakin says, "General Grievous, you're shorter than I expected." That's also the first and only time Anakin and General Grievous meet. I also enjoyed the scene after Obi-Wan and Anakin's return to Coruscant, when Anakin says to Obi-Wan, "I've saved your skin for the 10th time," and Obi-Wan replies, "9th time, that business on Cato Neimoidia doesn't count." I also like the scene where Anakin is reunited with Padme and he learns that she's pregnant and that he's going to be a father. I like the scenes between Anakin and Palpatine as Palpatine is working on seducing Anakin to the dark side. I thought the Opera House scene where Palpatine tells Anakin the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise was good. I also enjoyed the whole sequence where Obi-Wan goes to capture General Grievous. I enjoyed the part where he jumps down, behind Grievous and says, "Hello there," and Grievous replies, "General Kenobi, you are a bold one." Several memes have been made out of that dialogue over the years. I also like the part where when Obi-Wan and Grievous are fighting, when Grievous tells Obi-Wan, "Army or not, you must realize you are doomed." And it shows a close-up of Grievous's face. We can really see his eyes close up, and then it shows a close-up of Obi-Wan's face and eyes. And Obi-Wan says, "Oh, I don't think so," and then uses the Force to push Grievous back. I also liked how quickly Obi-Wan defeated Grievous in the lightsaber part of their duel. And also, later in the sequence, I enjoyed, Obi-Wan finally destroying General Grievous And for anyone who's watched the Clone Wars TV series, they'll know that Obi-Wan and Grievous have fought each other several times by this point, which I think makes the moment when Obi-Wan destroys him even more impactful. And I like it when Obi-Wan throws the blaster that he used to shoot Grievous with away and says, "So uncivilized." I also enjoyed seeing the fight between Mace Windu and Darth Sidious. And also there's, I think, always a part of me during the whole scene where Mace Windu is fighting Sidious that wants Anakin to do the right thing, even though I know he won't. And even though I knew he wouldn't, and also I like the part when Palpatine or Sidious dubs Anakin as Darth Vader when he says, "Henceforth, you shall be known as Darth Vader." Also, I think the Order 66 sequence was well done. I think, of course, is a very emotional sequence. I like that during the sequence you get to see different planets these different Jedi are fighting on, like Magito, Felucia, Salkamai, and Cato Nemordia. And this scene was and is always emotional and sad to me, watching these Jedi get shot down by their own troops. As a kid, I really idealized the Jedi and thought of them as heroic figures, so it was really sad to see them be destroyed in this way. Though, of course, I was glad that Obi-Wan and Yoda survived Order 66. Also, later in the movie, I enjoyed watching the duel between Yoda and Darth Sidious, which, of course, Yoda and Darth Sidious, they're, both the most powerful light side and dark side practitioners or Force users, most powerful Jedi and most powerful Sith. So I really enjoyed seeing them fight each other. Also, I enjoyed seeing the duel between Obi-Wan and Anakin. And of course, I think it was really emotional watching Obi-Wan being forced to fight his former student and former friend Anakin, which he really doesn't want to do, and then later have to cripple him. And it was really sad and emotional after their fight when Obi-Wan breaks down and tells Anakin that he loved him like a brother, which shows just how much Obi-Wan really cared about Anakin. Also, I enjoyed seeing Anakin being put in a Darth Vader suit. Though, of course, I think it's very sad the fact that throughout much of this movie, Anakin was trying to save Padme from dying and believed that going to the dark side would help him do that. And it was sad that by doing so, he ends up bringing in her death home. So I thought that was very sad and emotional. Also, another thing I like about Revenge of the Sith is that it has the most lightsaber fights of any of the Star Wars movies. There's 5 total lightsaber fights: the Obi-Wan Anakin versus Count Dooku, Obi-Wan versus Grievous, Mace versus Sidious, Yoda versus Sidious, and then Obi-Wan versus Anakin or Darth Vader at the end. Anyway, these are some things that I like or love about Revenge of the Sith. Please let me know what y'all's thoughts are on Revenge of the Sith in the comments below. Thank you all for watching my video. Y'all have a great day, and may the Force be with you.